What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today's show, I had to change up today's show because of the breaking news that happened where we just found out that Reuben Foster was injured in training camp right now. They're not sure what the injury is. They say it looks really, really bad. It's so crazy that we're having this type of injury issue so early on, and it's such a sad thing because my whole initial show was going to be about how the Redskins in their first 7 games of the season were going to end up going 5-2, and why they were going to go 5-2 because of the fact that, I felt our defense was going to lead the way. I felt our defense was going to actually sit up there and take control of a lot of these games. I also felt that, I really honestly do feel that Dwayne Haskins will probably more than likely be our starting quarterback. He kind of looked really pretty good in training camp so far. I don't see the coaches really like talking to him a lot about mistakes he's making. And then he's like massive, like he's like really, really big. And Case Keenum, coming to find out that the competition is actually between Haskins and Case. So the fact that here we are again where Colt, everybody thinks that because Colt knows the offense, clearly he's not quarterback starter quality, because I understand that he's hurt and he's healing and things like that. But they're already talking about the competition is against is going to be Case and Dwayne going against each other versus Case, Dwayne, and Colt. So that's what it's going to be. But again, like I said, the breaking news is Reuben Foster gets injured in training camp. So, mandatory mini camp. So, I don't even know where to go here at this point. Like I said, if Reuben Foster was going to be our starting middle linebacker, I felt the Redskins were going to go 5-2, and I'm just going to go down some of the games and I'm just going to go down some of the games that I felt we were going to win. The first game of the season is against the Eagles. I think that coming out the gate, the Redskins have always surprised teams coming out the gate when it came to the first game of the season. So I think the Eagles wouldn't have been prepared for the type of defense we were going to come out with. And at the same time, what Dwayne Haskins might bring to the offense. So I think we would have won that game. And that's in Philadelphia. The next game would have been the Cowboys here at home. So I think we would have beat the Cowboys at FedEx Field. So, because again, I don't think the Cowboys is ready for this defense. And at the same time, I think our offense would be a whole lot better. Because I just felt that we were going to win both of those games back to back. We would have started out the gates 2-0. Then we would have had the Bears, who would have been here, but that game is on Monday night, and we've never fared really well on Monday nights when it comes to these games. So I think with this particular game, we probably would lose this game by maybe a field goal. I think that there will be something where I think they will probably find some type of blocking scheme to really get Khalil Mack off his game. But, again, Khalil Mack is a beast. And, again, like I said, our record on Monday nights is awful. Then it would have been the Giants in New York. I think this is a game I think we would win. And I don't see the Giants being able to hold up against our defense. And on top of that, our offense probably surprising their defense, because I don't think their defense is really ready to see the Redskins. The next game would have been against the Patriots, which I feel could again be a loss, because that game is actually here at home, but the Patriots are always tough. It's always a tough team to play against, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick finds a way to beat your teams every which way. So I feel that would have been our other loss. Then we would have had, then after the Patriots game, we would have been going to Miami to see the Dolphins, which again, I feel is a game we would win. They got Ryan Fitzpatrick as their quarterback. We would beat them. Then that following game would be the 49ers, and it would be again at home at FedEx Field. Again, I felt that was another game we would have been winning. Now, again, all this was on the basis, like I said, first 7 games of the season, I feel that the Redskins would have been going 5-2 starting out the season. But with this current Reuben Foster injury, I'm just not sure where to go at this point, because we don't really have a quality backup. We got Mason Foster, but we saw how slow he was last year, and the last thing we need is for him to be slow this year. So I don't know what we're gonna do. What I did do though is I went on the free agent thing to see what free agents were out there at linebacker that could possibly help us at this point. And that would probably be like quality replacements for Reuben Foster, just at least for just 1 year. So the 2 guys that I saw out there, the first guy is John Bostic. I talked about John Bostic maybe a year ago, about him possibly coming here as a free agent. He played in Pittsburgh last year. He had 73 tackles. 46 of those tackles were solo tackles. He played in 16 games, and of those 16 games, he started 14 of them. He only cost the Steelers like $700,000. So I think that John Bostic is probably like a guy we could plug in real quick. Let's see what happens with Reuben Foster, and then just go from there. The other guy that I saw that's out there is Josh Barnes from Arizona. He had 75 tackles last year. 52 of them were solo. He only played in 11 games, but he started 11 games. So I guess that means that he probably may got injured halfway through the season or something like that, or almost towards the end of the season. So, but again, John Bostic is 28. John Barnes is 29. So, again, it's nothing wrong with plugging them in there real quick for maybe the first several games to see if Reuben Foster even comes back this year. Or even, having them at least play for just this 1 year and then going from there. But to say all that, these are the only 2 guys on the free agent market that I can honestly say I would more than likely trust over anybody else. And I'm sorry, I just didn't see any other free agent guys out there. I don't want them to make a trade, because right now I think they're building a really solid team, and if they do make a trade, I don't think that what they would get or what they would get in return for what they traded away would be quality. So at this current time, he hasn't had his MRI yet. There hasn't been any reports on what the injury is. So currently I don't know. Like I said, my initial show was going to be about how the first 7 games of the seasons, the Redskins were going to go 5-2. And like I said, I'm looking at this schedule. Look at how what the defense looks like so far. On paper, it looks really good. But like I said, I think they were going to come out firing on all cylinders. Jimmy Moreland, the young cornerback we drafted this year, he looked actually pretty good in practice today. Again, I just thought we were going to go 5-2. The Reuben Foster injury changes up things, because again, I think a lot of people were thinking that he, because there were reports saying that he's kind of like a freelancer and stuff like that. The benefit we got is that we got Sean Dion Hamilton, who was the play caller when Reuben Foster was there. So I think he would have been able to wrangle in Reuben Foster a little bit and actually get him to play in the position he's supposed to play in. But like I said, y'all, I'm not really sure where we go at this point, because like I said, I got 2 free agent guys that I think are quality guys that we can probably go ahead and bring in and actually play fairly well for us. Like I said, John Bostic, he was with Pittsburgh last year. he did a pretty good job with Pittsburgh because, that whole thing was him replacing Ryan Shazier. That was a big, big thing. And like I said, he played all 16 games. He had 14 starts. I mean, this is pretty big. And like I said, you got Josh Bonds, who's 75 tackles, 52 solo tackles. He played 11 games, started 11 games. Like I said, it sounded like he got hurt coming towards the end of the season. But again, both of these guys are fairly cheap. They both played for like $700,000 last year. So we can probably bring them in. Because I think, I can't remember, but I think that the Redskins, like when certain players go down, they get like a little injury money or something like that. Not really sure if that's the case, but yeah, y'all. So again, Reuben Foster goes down in minicamp. Not really sure where we're going to go at this point. Like I said, the MRIs haven't come out. Nothing has come out and said anything. If he was injured, how bad the injury is, nothing so far. So we'll just see how this goes. Depending on what happens, again, I'll revisit my schedule. Like I said, I had the Redskins going 5-2 coming out the gates because I felt that these were games that we could actually win. Like I said, I only see 2 games on here where we will probably lose, which is the Bears game on that Monday night and the Pets coming to FedEx Field and possibly beating us. But I feel that we probably would have won all these other games. So, man, I wish I had something more positive to say because that's exactly what I was doing. I was going to have this positive attitude and stuff like that. And this show was going to be positive and I had everything mapped out for how good we were going to be, but this injury kind of like takes a little backseat to certain things. So other than that, man, this is your man, John Fortune. I'm going to keep y'all updated on the Reuben Foster thing, see what happens. I'm going to revisit the show where I was saying what we were going to possibly happen in the first 7 games and go from there, y'all. Other than that, I'm your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.